these trips, I had to go and get a passport. I'm just trying to live, I don't know what these mad for. I just signed a deal and got a really big bag for it. You still at your mama crib, ain't getting money, you gotta ask for it. I got tired of complaining, I gotta be change my situation. Looking at the view outside, I thought...
Coach, the city of Seattle, known for coffee, grunge music, and, of course, rain. And we're definitely going to get a heavy dose of the last of those three here tonight as you look inside a wet and wild CenturyLink field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Seattle Seahawks. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
First and 10. Let's go, at their own 30-yard line.
So first and 10 now from the 30. The first carry now. This is Williams. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
To throw on second down, Cunningham. He's going to look deep down the field. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big play there for Cincinnati. 44 yards.
First down.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10. Now Williams, and he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
throw on third down. Cunningham. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They are in a zone. Remember, folks, 4 interceptions for this defense a week ago. First drive, make it number 5.
And the focal point will be the people who pick the ball out of the air. But let's not forget, to make that happen, it has to be an excellent pass rush, terrific coverage where they are plastered to the receivers, and then, of course, taking it away, making the catch, and going in the other direction. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
Here we go. 15 line. 15 line. Watch tight. Tight ends right. Watch tight. Let's go.
To throw, it's Manning. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away, quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
Now a first down carry, it's Williams. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Cunningham. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
They'll set up the screen. This is Williams.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
And Lutz's kick is good. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Down.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
On 2nd down now, it's Jones. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be 3rd down and about the length of the football.
Brings up 3rd down.
Ready?
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. This is Jones. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
2 some.
On second down, it's Jones, and he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and set them down.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game, because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bengals will get it at the 20. The Bengals drive about to get going. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
On second down, Williams. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Let's go. Let's do it.
At their own 22-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
That's a gain of 8. Makes it 3rd and 3.
The Seahawks on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Here's Jones. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Just a yard on the run there. That's going to bring us to a 4th down. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They do go for it. It's Manning. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Here we go. 30 base.
Manning now on first down. This one caught by Isabella. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage.
Right there.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. To throw is Manning. That ball complete to Isabella. And he will have the 1st down as he gets this to the 47. So that'll get him the 1st down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Manning. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. That'll pick up the 1st down for Seattle on a gain of 18.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end.
70, Indy.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance. This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact just as he's trying to haul it in.
Let's go.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Manning. And that is incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get to field goal range.
Yes, and you get into the huddle or you come off the bench here.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the 1st half. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Cunningham to throw. He finds his man Johnson. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the 1st half. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. Cunningham looking to throw. That'll be caught. It's Hester. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the 1st half.
1st down.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10.
We got 4. We got 4.
Here's Cunningham. And the catch made by Johnson. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down.
First down, Cincinnati.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. The kick by Lutz is good. And they're able to double their lead just before half. It's 6-0. So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Again, it's Jones. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. On the return, Hester. A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Yeah, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over.
A big seam, and he might go all the way. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
And as he approaches to kick it off, he might be thinking this could be a 14-0 lead with a couple of PATs as he sends this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that. On 2nd and 11 now. Manning. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long. And they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Mike 52, Mike 52. You don't want to.
Working from the gun, Manning. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Here's Hester. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. All told, it's a punt return of 74 yards. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. And we always talk about kick returns being so exciting on kickoffs. Punt return almost equally exciting.
And typically we talk about the kickoff return being the most exciting 10 seconds in football. Let's just cut it in half for a punt return and make it the most exciting 5 seconds in football. It's a great, glamorous, dashing play.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready, break.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. But the passing game right now for them, not overly impressive. Last week he hit on right at 50%. This week he's under 50%.
And it's not just on him. Protection, a few breakdowns along the way that's made him get off the spot. Receivers not getting their way open downfield. The coverage has been awfully tight. They've got to all get together and find ways to make this passing game get in gear.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Manning. It's caught, Smith. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with the tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
That throw good for 4. It's second down.
4 yards on the pickup. Second down 6.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up second and 6. Now Manning. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Here we go. Get it.
Again, it's Manning. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on third down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10 from the shotgun to give to Jones. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's second and 12. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. 25 yards that time.
Complete to number 82. First and goal at the 7-yard line.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now Jones. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Ronald Jones, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play, end result, touchdown.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going.
It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's our time. Watch quick.
They'll run on first down. Taylor, and he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. And takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Now the Bengals on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Cunningham from the gun. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
And the Bengals first down.
Here we go. 15 on it. 15 on it. 50.
first down. It's Taylor. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he gets this one down to the 24. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. Being chased out left. And he is going to lose yardage here. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Let's go, baby. Return up. Get that ball.
Out of the gun here. It's Cunningham. That'll be caught by Hester. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be taken in at the 1. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Go!
At their own 24-yard line.
Let's go!
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Ready? 18 Gator. It's been a long day for you. Hit it.
From the gun, Manning. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. And that'll be marked down as their first sack of the game.
Well, they had 6 last week, and this offense did its homework, didn't it? Because they saw all that pressure, and they really worked hard to tamp it down and beat it back. And they did a great job in the first half. And now they've gotten their first sack here in the second half. Look out. They'll try to increase the pressure.
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Bengals drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. They run it again with Williams. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Under 10.
They'll run on first down. It's Taylor. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Good gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front. Good blocking. Nice hole for him. Ends up picking up nice yardage. Stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
On the ready. Go 50 extra mic. Watch the run.
Again, it's Williams. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game.
A 37-yard attempt.
And Lutz puts this one through. And that will extend their lead now up to 22. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This is taken at his 4. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Operating from the gun, Manning. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Ready. 60 outlaw. Ready.
Manning now on first down. And this one complete to Smith. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. One final try now from Manning. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for Cincinnati, they pick up their second win now on the year, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they'll fall to 1-2, and they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer.